So let me just start off with my introduction, because उतना तो बनता ही है. मालूम तो हो कौन है सामने खड़ा है. So I'm Professor Suhas Pawar. Okay, I am a corporate trainer in communication skills, and I am a placement consultant. So I come from that world where you are preparing yourself to. Okay, so I come from there. I'll just start off with one statement. The greatest discovery in life is to find yourself. Okay, this is not mine. It is there on their calendar over there. Okay, so I just picked it up, but I found it very relevant because the moment you find your own self, right, the world becomes very beautiful. Right, then it is not dependent on others. Then it is only dependent on yourself. But finding yourself is very important. Okay, your success in corporate world is not just about communicating with others. Right, how you are comfortable with your own self is more important. A lot of people, you see a lot of classes and organizations, communication skills and spoken English and all these things, and people are talking about language, and it is not true. Take it from me, though my medium of communication is English, because I'm comfortable with that language. Okay, not just because I want to be very impressive. I'm comfortable with that. I'm not as much comfortable with other language. Okay? Whatever you are comfortable with in the corporate world, no one bothers. Obviously, as long as the facts gets conveyed, right? Many people are there who don't have a lot of command over the language. Right? So they started finding out what is really communication, right? So can you imagine? Can you tell? Just guess. Let's have a discussion. What do you think is the most important thing that actually communicates between two persons? Now we are talking of person to person. Okay, man, humans, Homo sapiens. Okay, if two people are there, what is the most strong communication that happens? What is the medium? Is it your words? Is it your voice? Is it your body language or your eyes? What is the most important thing that really gets conveyed? But the most difficult thing about communication is that I can't read your mind, or neither can you. So that thoughts gets conveyed through your various mediums. So as you rightly said, eye contact, body language, and voice and words and this. Yeah. So the most effective communication that you all can have or anyone can have is actually body language. It's almost 60 to 70%. Okay. Now the banner under which I conduct my sessions, I conducted in corporate world also. So it is called Confident India. Okay. So I'll just write down nothing, just that I so I thought about this title, Confident India, and why should I have it as Confident India? Because by the way, I'll just give I have got the opportunity to work abroad as well. Around 304 years I was abroad working in UK. So I got an opportunity to work with a lot of people out there also. And there were Indians and there were other people and so. And I always felt that when that we as Indians are very good technically, are very good logically, analytically. We are very good problem solvers. Problem solvers, what is a nice word for problem solving in India? यही तो बात है. We are great jugaders. We go in the world, right? And we are good. We don't actually have to be proud of us. Our country of India has given this that it's in our DNA or it is in the soil, mati. That only gives us that thing. हम लोग बन ही जाते. But when it comes to cooperating, when it's coming to associating, when it comes to communicating, that is where, we have a lot of reservations. We keep a lot of reservations. We don't talk, or, we don't communicate very easily. Since India is a whole, it's a big cauldron. Cauldron, in a sense, big pot of, people with different cultures and different languages and different races. You understand races? So we have all races in us, right? But huh. So whenever we start talking or when you're communicating, we have a lot of those filters. This filter, that filter, this filter, this language, that language, this area, that area. We have caste, we have religion, we have tuck. So we have so many of them that there is no unifying factor, right? So that is where I always felt. But fortunately for me, I can only say I will also want to request you all to be also associated. Fortunately, in my school, I was with the NCC, which is the National Cadet Corps. So I was with the Air Force Wing, and that is where you actually understand, what is the importance of, national spirit, right? So there's oneness. There can be all different things, different people, different languages, different religions, different caste, everything. But there is a oneness in it. And that is when it comes to, especially when you find it in the defense services. There's always oneness. So that oneness is very important, right? And that when you have that oneness, when you feel that, oh, we are all one, right? That is when this factor comes into confidence. But when you know that you are all separate, I'm from Maharashtra, I'm from West Bengal, I'm from Kashmir, I'm from this religion, I'm from this caste. You feel so lonely. You feel so, only within some this. So we don't feel that, but if you go abroad or you go, they are small nations, but they are one. We are a big nation with a lot of diversity. So if you get that oneness feeling, you feel very confident. Right? So that is where I felt that this word confidence should be there. And once I returned back to India, I realized, wow, India is real confident, I'm telling you. We are now into a different altogether time zone. Yeah. There was a time when India was a developing nation. Today, after 1991, when there was a liberalization, I don't know if you are aware of that. This is your pre-birth, probably. Huh? So we went through tough times, and then there was a lot of liberalization. People are now, we are all becoming very confident. So then I thought that, yes, now let us celebrate that confident India. So I started this confident India, right? I'll tell you about one book called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Yeah, it is by Dale Carnegie. I'll write it down for you. So in simple words, he has given a lot of tips and a lot of anecdotes how to stop worrying. Yeah, even when you sit idle, is there only one thought? No. So many thoughts. Yeah. So, but when you're writing a paper, a particular paper, obviously you are very focused, no? You are writing accounts or management or something. You're thinking about that, and even if some other thought comes, paper is there, time is there. So time is there. So there is a clarity. Okay. So the best thing whenever you are in trouble, when you are absolutely shattered and can't think about anything, and you are really in tears or fear or whatever you call it, best thing is just pick up some note, some paper and pen and start writing. Start writing. It will all go wrong. If you are upset with someone, you have all the stars, hash, everything on there. You will write it. No one is going to check that paper. It's your paper. You write whatever. I think so. That is one of the best things you can do. I have written hundreds of times and tore off. Nothing. Even if it's depressing thoughts, whatever, you write down. Because way back as early as Romans, that must be 2000 years ago. So any soldier who had a problem, who is to, no, I am complaining, I am not, this is not good food or something. They used to start want to complain. They said, okay, no problem. You want to complain? No problem. Come. They used to give him a room. Tomorrow morning we will talk to you. Okay. So they always gave him some time to reflect. No? Reflect. So your paper is a reflection of you. Always understand. So why did they give him some time to reflect? Because so that he actually understands what is the problem. Many times, someone who crosses you in the traffic, right, and you get upset. What are you actually upset of? We are not very clear. Take it from here. Sometimes you are not upset with that guy. You are upset with your someone in at house whom you have had a fight with. I hope I am clear. So sometimes we are not even clear what we are upset about. So the similar way, we are not even clear what actually we want in life. What you see around looks everything attractive. But what do I really want? Okay. So always pen and paper, pen and paper. Let it be hundreds of versions. First time you write, you'll not get it. Keep writing. I still keep writing. I carry my diary along with whatever my thoughts daily. This is what this is. I write down. What do I want to do? I keep course corrections. So you all are already doing the course correction, right? So I'm sure you all have started off with a dream. Now the dream is you are now the part of that journey now. And you have come up to here, right? And then you want to look yourself towards somewhere like this guy in the movie. Right? He wants to be something. Right? So I just want you all for a moment, right? Just reflect what is your dreams, what is your actual what you look for, right? Not necessarily it's a post, not necessarily it is about the money. It's not maybe of that fame. What do you actually want, right? So just give some thought, and obviously whatever thoughts that you are discussing is not about material thoughts. I'm not asking you what do you want. Oh, I want a Porsche, or I want a house, or I want a trip. These are all materialistic enjoyments that you are desiring. What I'm asking is, what about your career? What about your work? What are you going to work? What is going to be a contribution to the society? Isn't it? We are all part of a society, no? Isn't it? So I don't make this shirt. Someone else makes it for me. Okay. In return for this shirt, probably I'm giving this lecture. So we are all networked. So we have to find out what are we going to contribute? How am I going to contribute to the society? Because the society is taking care of us and we are taking care of the society. Is that right? Right. No? So because we are all networked, we are all interlinked. Right? We are not, just animals in jungle. With hides and a lot of claws and teeth, and no. We don't have it anymore now. That's a disadvantage. Understand? So humans. So I don't know if you all have heard of this guy called Yuval Harari. He's written this book called Homo Sapiens. You listen to him just 2 days back in Indian Express. Also, there was a nice interview by him. So this guy is a historian, and he writes, that one on one, if you compare a chimpanzee with a human being, whom do you think is the best among both? Is the best person who can survive in a jungle? Chimpanzee. Okay. Right. So because we don't have any claws, our teeth are not, now pierced. We don't have hide. We are like very smooth skin now. We need, in fact, protection now. Okay. So we don't have anything. Okay. But he says, just imagine a whole stadium full of people. We can imagine watching a nice test match. But can you imagine a whole stadium full of chimpanzees? What are we going to do? Okay. So the point is, one on one, we are absolutely not possible to survive. But still, human race is far more successful than other species. Is that right? Right. Why? So why are we successful? Because we have learned to cooperate, hold each other's hand. Try to cooperate or try to pacify some person, get pacified by someone else, communicate by contributing, by sharing. So we have learned that. So we have understood that this is how things work out, right? So we are obviously far better, right? So in this whole journey, okay, in this journey, find out what you really want, okay, and then we'll just for a moment we can just discuss what is your journey. See, because I'll tell you what, when I come here. Earlier, I used to think, I am a corporate trainer and I'll tell you all, I am the wise guy, I know how it happens over there. And, you are just the student, so you should be listening to me. I am in no mood now at all. Now I realize that I can be only a part of your journey. I can only assist you like a guide, You have decided your journey. Like say someone wants to go and visit Ajanta or Ellora. So I am just a guide over there. So I'm just a person who will come along with you to tell you, okay, this is good, this is nice to watch, this is not this. That's all my journey is. Okay. So, and this is I have patience. Okay. I have patience to bear with you all, right? Because there are not all going to be on the same, path or same pace. Someone has realized it earlier, someone later. No problem with that. But I'm there with you. And I'm telling you, I have around experience of 15 years now, almost in this field. And I really enjoy, and the reason is because of the results. Absolutely, people who are there, I have done this in engineering college and management college, and I go to corporates also. There also I train. They are graduate engineers, and so many of them. And I have also trained in, by the way, I also train managers, middle level managers, and they also get trained on these things. So the end result is absolutely fantastic, right? So one thing is in your journey, find out what is your journey. Where did it start off from? Right? What is the thing? So what is the journey start for this guy in the 12th fail? What is his? What is the thing that changed? हाँ, पुलिस पकड़ के लेके जाती है. But okay. So that becomes his, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, मशाल, गाइडिंग लाइट. हाँ, ये है. बट इसको पकड़ के रखना है. He fails thrice in his, I think, 12th also, and then he's on his way, and again, and then restart. But the restart happens why? Because there is a clarity. Okay. So just dwell on something. Maybe if you want to even take help of your pen and paper, write down what exactly do you want to be. Take some 2 minutes. Just reflect on what you want to be, and then we'll share. And then I'll try to tell you exactly how I can help you out, or what help you want from me. That is most important, right? Because whenever, I'll tell you frankly, okay, now since I've been with this age group, so don't think just because I'm graying, I don't understand. I've been through your stage and I'm associated with all of you. Especially when you are with this competitive exams and this, someone comes and says, oh, there is something called soft skills, there's something called communication skills, it is for options. ये ऑप्शन के लिए डालना है, ये नहीं जाएंगे तो ये चलेगा, इससे कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ने वाला, एग्जाम पास हो जाओ पहले, राइट? But if you look at it differently, if you look at it as a skill, okay, if you look at it as a skill, you will realize it, the importance of it, right? I'll just tell you about one skill. Now, this I am addressing mainly to the boys. Boys, do you really feel that cooking is a skill that is required? Cooking. Cooking is very important. Girls probably with your association with your mother, or forcing from your mother, or whatever it is, or you trying to intervene there, you get a hang of it. But boys are boys, and we like to be pampered. Okay, I'm very clear. So it is a skill, useful skill. You say, what is that skill got to do with corporate life and no, that helps you to focus. It's a skill. Any skill is important. even if you're playing a guitar, you'll be more successful in the corporate world. You say, what is that? Yes, because that skill allows you to be totally involved. That skill allows you to be totally, alert, aware, and that actually increases your something, I don't know, awareness. I don't know to say, call it IQ, but that allows you to be creative. So that creativeness is very important. So communication is so much around here nowadays. You feel that there's hardly anything to be learned in communication. I do so many good reels. I have some, a lot of, and you all should be. In fact, you all should do it because that is something very good source of income. Is anyone aware of that? Okay. See all these stars who are there on social media. Okay. So I was just listening to one guy. His name is Ashneer Grover, and he's the Bharat Pay MD, and he also comes on Instagram. And then one of the student in, I think so, one of the college, engineering college, he said, "Sir, now you have achieved. Now you are just becoming a social influencer." And yeah, like it was like very personal, sort of. He said, "No, now you are not doing anything. You have just become a social influencer, and that's all you all do." And then he tried to correct it. He said, "If you understand and if you come to know how much I am earning from that, you will leave your job." And become a social influencer. So don't think that is also a very good medium, no? Earlier. So fine. You have to find yourself, and that is also a very good way of. So if you do a good communication skill nowadays, if you're cooking well, now nice. There are YouTube channels with cooking and everything, and they're watched so much. They must be earning good revenue through Google. Okay. So just try to find out. So question yourself. So what do you really looking out for? Anyone? Let's go randomly. I'll share you with mine. I have a passion. Okay. I developed this passion way back in my school or something. I always find that motivating others, right, through some whatever way, because probably I came from that, that era. I come from in the 70s, 80s, long time back. We're just out of independence and we are not very confident country as that time. So I always said there's something we must motivate ourselves. Motivate. How to motivate others? So motivation, one of the motivation that I found, one of the ways I found was through communication skills. That is one thing that we really can improve on, and that's the reason that always motivates me. I get up in the morning, what can I do? Let's motivate. So when I come here, I'm not here just for another work. I see, wow, young minds, let's motivate. You never know. One of you all probably finds that something is there. I give one story also, since I love telling about some stories. So there was a student. Okay. Why I'm telling you this is obviously, yeah, I'm trying to brag about some success story. So what are the successes? But this is what rewards I get. This is what. So there was a student, she came from a very, let's not say lower middle class. She came from a poor family only, very poor family. And she was going through doing her engineering, but a good student, hardworking student, doing well. But the difficulty was that whenever she used to go for an interview, right? Now, why I'm telling you now the importance of corporate training and why this is very important, right? So whenever she used to go for an interview, she used to start crying. Now, why? The reason is, if you have observed, now just imagine now poor family means somewhere in Vastis or Jhopadi or something. Right? Now, obviously, whenever a man comes in there, usually the girls will retreat, go back. They are not the people who are going to speak. So she never had this experience of speaking to unknown men one on one. And just interviews like you're sitting across the table. So she used to fluster, and she gets scared. So the training and placement officer referred that person to me. Said, okay, fine. He said, see, you sit here. Again, I am also a man. You sit in front of me. Yeah. She used to get worried and scared and even felt like crying. Don't worry. Slowly he started every day, building up, building up, building up. Then her fourth year came, then the trade placement season starts, and then she used to go for interview and she used to flunk. Go there, cry, come back. Go there, cry, come back. You can't imagine what a case would be. But then we started, okay, fine, no problem. Now you have to, I just told her that let us focus on what time you feel you are like breaking down. Within the first 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, or what gesture from that person. A simple gesture like, handshake. A man, extending his arm for a handshake is very terrifying for Indian women. I'm telling you now, because I've seen in different cultures. Okay, because in UK when I was there, even a simple hug is okay with a man and woman. Okay, some lady, okay, hello, how are you, Mr. Pawar? Very nice to meet you, or something, and that is not taken in any other way. Okay, it's just a very formal hug or a formal this. But in India, even looking at a boy, simple, a lot of stories, a lot of so you can just imagine, because it is quite common. Because I have been an interviewer, I go to campuses, I recruit people. I just any girl or any candidate walks in, I just don't say girl or any candidate. Hello, how are you? Have a seat, be comfortable. Now just imagine if a girl is there and you say, she's not really sure. Should I not? Then more than her getting scared, I am scared now. What should I now do with her? Because now there is a major mistrust. You understand what has happened now? Now, because now she's suspecting my intentions also. Then what am I going to ask her? What are you going to do? Manage the job, accounts. So that is all gone for the toss now. So then this whole thing comes about, So this girl started building up her confidence slowly. I started asking, show me your resume. Then we started asking questions. Then she was not very good with English. Then we started with Marathi. Then she got it translated into English. Then we started this. Slowly we build up. So season usually starts in June, July, the placement season. So it was almost November, December, and still she was not getting placed. She used to clear the aptitude. The aptitude test she used to clear, but not further. Any GDs or any interviews. So we started, then we started working around. And then finally, she got placed. Okay. And then 2 years later, now I'm just fast forwarding. 2 years later, we were searching for alumni. Alumni is those who have already passed from the college. Let's call them, to a function, alumni function. So when you were searching for on the Facebook, I typed her name. What do I see? I see this girl, and behind is Eiffel Tower. So this girl who's come from this background, today she's in Paris. She's moving around, confident. She's happily married with family and child and everything is there. So what is the thing that makes the difference? It is not just about this. It requires some proper training, right? Some person who will guide you through this. So I played the role. So I understand that yes, this is important. Right? Everyone is not a born communicator. I am sure among you all today also here, some person will be there that you are very comfortable on the stage, speaking to people, or communicating with you all could be absolutely fine, fantastic, and I am glad about that. Yeah, but all maybe not having the same start, right? I also never had that same start. So my start was also the 12th fail. Okay, so I remember I was in one play, नाटक 11th 12th करते हैं ना हम लोग annual function. करते कि नहीं participate करते कि नहीं dance and drama and okay. So everyone friends are most horrible people. Friends will always push you. Arey, come on. You participate. They'll not participate. You participate. So I also got pumped up. Girls, boys, you're going to do it. You'll do it. So okay, I participated in it. And what happened? In that whole flow, yes, I mugged up all the dialogues and I went on the stage. The only thing I remember going up the stage and coming down the stage. In between, I still don't remember. Not that I fainted, yeah, but I don't remember anything. But that is the reason, that is the time I realized that I am not comfortable when I come across one on many or when I'm facing people. So what do I do? Do I avoid that stage altogether? Because if I avoid this stage, there are a lot of career opportunities in my life. We should have gone, you know, because simple leadership, you're becoming. So today, whatever exam you all are appearing for, it could be a staff selection or I don't know what all exams you all are participating in. Yeah, entrance exams, MCA, yeah, MBA, or whatever it is. Slowly, you are going to come to that lead role. How many days you are going to be in the execution role? You will have to lead someday. So in leading, what will you will have to do? You will have to communicate. And in communication, you can't do one-on-one. Say, this is my team. Now, I cannot communicate with her separately every day. Communicate with her separately, him separately. No, someday I will have to come forward. Okay, this is our plan. Team, this is what we are supposed to do. This is what we are going to do. I'll have to come and present myself. But then that presentation sometimes becomes very difficult. Okay, it's all about training. I'm telling you, it's all about training. Get trained. It's a skill. Cooking is a skill. Music is a skill. Dancing is a skill. Communication is also a skill. Actually, the difficulty in why people, there is a confusion is when say people communication. I have no problem with communication. It's only about public communication. So let us be very clear. When I talk about communication, it's about public communication. One-on-one, you all can beat me anytime. You all are far better communicators. You can immediately, text. I know my students communicate, so they can communicate fast. You all are on Insta, Twitter, whatnot, and I'm not even there on any of these platforms. So you all are good communicators, but that is one-on-one. When you want to become a public communicator, that's where this whole training is all about. So the corporates are looking at public communicators. How you communicate when you write an email, with what judgment you write a email. It's not about the language. Should dear sir come here and should the date come there and regards come here or yours sincerely. That is not what is important. How do you speak to him verbally? You are not talking to him, but you are talking verbally. How do you communicate to that person? Okay. So the thought process is very important. Right. So that is what I'm trying to come to. So communication is a skill. Anyone can develop it. Is it of use? You tell me.